Hello everyone, and welcome to Baba Is You. This is a relatively new, I believe, puzzle game, and also I think indie, but I don't really know a lot about the background of it. It claims it's a game by a single person, so who knows. I saw this on Elliot's stream a little while ago, and he was partway through, and like the puzzles I was seeing him do were, I thought, very difficult. And it looked like kind of an interesting game, but I also was like, man, I don't really want to commit to doing a bunch of hard puzzles. I later watched some of the earlier puzzles on some other playthroughs, and it seems like it would at least be fun to get partway into. So I can't promise that I will finish the whole thing. In fact, I could almost promise that I will not. I'm just like not that amazing at puzzles, but they're fun. And so if you want to watch the whole thing, and it'll just ruin everything if I stop partway through, then I advise you to not watch any episodes. But if you just want to see some puzzles and have fun, feel free to join me here. So we're going to start, and I think it'll play a little like intro thing. It's not very interesting, so I will skip it. Basically, it's just an animation that gets you to this screen. Who cares, right? Hang on. There we go. Sorry, my capture window was not the same size as the game window, and so it didn't like fit properly. Okay, we're centered now. Very nice. I hope I don't have to adjust that every time, because like the Baba Is You window doesn't remember when I resize it, and I don't think I want to run it in full screen because my monitor is not the same size as a YouTube video. So anyway, so it's a puzzle game, and as I told you, I've watched basically like the first world of someone else's playthrough, which is like the first, I don't know, 7 or 8 puzzles. So we won't discover all of the mechanics afresh, but I will walk you through the ones I understand. Basically, like, what makes this game interesting is that it's sort of like a meta puzzle game, because it's not just about, like, okay, yes, you can push rocks and get to the flag, right? Hooray. And the goal is generally in every puzzle to get to a thing that says you win. But every level has a different set of rules to it, which are, like, you know, these things. X is Y. Like, that's a rule about thing X behaves in way Y. That's what is means, basically. And the cool thing is that you get to manipulate these rules as part of solving the puzzle. You get to change them. For example, like I can't walk through this wall, but if I wanted to, I could break this rule apart, and now it no longer applies, and I can walk through walls if I wanted. Or if it were useful for some reason, I could say, well, actually, I think you shouldn't be allowed to walk through rocks. Like, I can walk through the walls now, but not the rocks. You can even do, like, wonky stuff like, I don't want to be Baba anymore, I want to be Rock. And now whenever I move, all the rocks move instead. Right. But, oops. I guess this is how we would get back to normal? Sure. So, anyway, the game is all about, like, fiddling with the rules. There are very few puzzles that are as simple as this one where you could solve them without changing any rules. And the goal is to have something identified as you touch something identified as win. And if that happens, you win. So like I said, I've watched the whole first world, and I kind of know like how it's going to work, but I'll walk you guys through it. And also, I definitely will also explain to you when I struggled on some of those puzzles. Like, some of them are pretty easy. Like, okay, if you didn't realize before that you could change rules, this puzzle makes you. I don't want a wall to be stopped anymore. Oh, I'll go touch the flag. Oh no, the flag isn't how you win. But you can make the flag be win. Although, like, wouldn't it be more fun to say that wall is win? Congratulations, you win. And I don't understand what these collectibles up in the top right that we're getting some sort of progress marker. Who knows? Let's go to level 2. Okay, where am I? Okay, so this is the same puzzle again, but telling me that there's no significance to what specific glyph anything is represented by, right? We start here, we're surrounded by stops, and we want to get to a win. And we'll do that in the same way as we did before. Now all the flags are win, and we can go touch it. Cool. And there's no requirement. Baba is not special in any way. Just on many puzzles, you happen to start as Baba, but there's no requirement for that to be the case. Or to remain that way. Okay, undo is Z, by the way, because you can die. There are various ways, various failure conditions, and so, like, you can always undo any action you took. Like, let's say I push these two rocks together in the corner, and now I can't get them out. You can just undo them. So what are the rules here? Baba is you, wall is stop. Yep, can't get out, that's true. Water is sink, means, like, if you... anything that enters water disappears, and the water also disappears. So great, but now how do we get to the flag, right? When I was watching someone solve this puzzle, I was thinking that there would be some way to, like, take away the water is sink attribute so that you could just, like, use the same rock twice to push into this or something. But actually... you can't, because wall is stop, which I had forgotten when watching that. And so what to do is something we've done before. Change the victory condition. Who needs to go get this stupid thing when you don't have enough rocks? Let's just go touch a rock instead. Okay, still out of reach. Why is there so much space? How do you zoom? I know there's a button about disable zoom, but I don't know how to zoom, so... Controls? Keyboard setup. I don't see anything about zooming. Gamepad setup? Nothing about zooming here either, so I don't know what this does. But I also don't know why there's so much margin around the window. Oh well. So in this one we set flag is win, and by the way, if we press escape it shows us the current rules in effect, so you don't have to search around for them, so that's nice. Flag is win, Baba is you, rock is push, so we can push these rocks, and skull is defeat. Defeat is the opposite of win. Like if you touch something labeled defeat, the level's immediately over. It's worse than, well, it's different from sink. If you sink, the game's over, but if other things sink, it could be okay. So the first most obvious thing you might try is to, like, push a rock onto the skull and see if it disappears, but no. Maybe if skull were sink, that would apply, but it's not, right? It's just defeat, which doesn't affect rocks at all, but does affect you. So what you do instead to solve this one is use a chain of pushable things to turn off the skull is defeat rule. We can turn it back on if we want, but we're just gonna go touch the flag. Volcano. So this one is trying to force you to realize what happens if you ever become not Baba. And now, like, no key, or if nothing is labeled as me right now, and so no actions that I take will ever cause something to occur, right? So this is not the right approach. Likewise, if you push the is, or if you push the Baba, he just, like, lights out. So we just push that away this way. Other rules in place. Wall is stop, rock is push, Baba is melt. I don't totally understand what melt means at this point. Clearly, if I go in lava, I die. That makes sense. But would lava is hot have the same effect? I think... I see. So pushing the rock into lava does not melt it. And I believe that's because... So if lava were sink, then this rock would sink, right? We saw that earlier when water was sink. But instead, lava is hot, which just means that, I guess, things which melt will sink. Not sink. They will be destroyed when they enter lava. Sink is different because it would have made the lava disappear as well. So all we really have to play with is we could change rock as push. We have an extra lava to play with, but it's not really clear what to do with it, right? rock is lava is kind of cool. I made the rock into lava, and now I can kill myself with it. But the rock has turned permanently to lava now. I can't get it back. However, I think... Well, I say I think. I've seen the answer, right? The answer is... Come on. Is to say lava is push. So now, while lava is still hot, and I will melt if I go into the lava, I don't go into the lava. I just push it, as if it were a rock. And then flag is win. Although, wouldn't it be more fun to make lava be win? We won't do that. Off limits. So, right, rock is stop. So we basically can't get into that area in the top left ever. Unless there was some other way to... You know, right now it doesn't seem obvious. Skull is defeat, so we can't get to the flag. And flag is win, so we in fact want to get to the flag. The only action available right now is to make wall no longer be stop. That doesn't help us with getting to the flag, however. So right now Baba is you. But what if... wall were me instead, or as well. Okay, interesting. Good to know. Is that so? I wondered what would happen because I knew we would be moving around all this wall because we are now wall and Baba, or yeah. And I just moved some wall into the skulls, and I thought that might defeat me, but it doesn't. It defeats the single instance of me that touched it, so that wall is no longer a part of me. Could I actually destroy it all? Is that possible? I guess it is, yeah. I could just... I don't want to. I want to still be able to win. But anyway, I can become the walls and then walk around and then move the wall into the flag. 7. Grass yard. This one I thought was actually conceptually easier than some of the earlier ones. So like grass is stop, right? And wall is not stop, so this like is kind of the opposite of the puzzle that it looks like. But okay, right. So this is, I guess, we've already proven as sort of a lemma that like you can never remove the Baba is you statement, or there has to be something that is you at all times. And right now, since there's only one is, it must at all times be dedicated to spelling out Baba is you, right? So how do you get flag to be win, or anything to be win? And the answer is you reuse the is, just like in the last puzzle we reused the you. Although I believe we didn't have to reuse it in the last puzzle. It was just sort of convenient and fun. It's perfectly possible to solve that last one by only being wall and not being Baba at the same time. Alright, we're done with World 1. And I've seen the answer to this first puzzle in this world, and that's the end of what I've seen. Aside from whatever much later stuff Elliot was doing when I watched. Icy waters. So we're now being introduced to the and conjunction, I guess. Baba is you and sink. So this is saying Baba is you, and it's also saying Baba is sink. So anything I walk into... Wait, why Baba is sink? How... Shouldn't this... Like, again, I know the answer. I'm just trying to, like, figure out what's going on and understand the rules better. So this says... This makes me sink, but... Why do I only sink in water? There's nothing here describing how water behaves, is there? Ah, but there is a wall is stop. If I could walk into this wall, I believe I would sink, because I have the sink property. But I can't, because there's a wall is stop. But I can walk into water, and when I do, I sink. Got it. So the first thing to do is to rip off this sink. I don't want it anymore. Now Baba is you and, which has really no more effect than just Baba is you. And something that you are tempted to try, and is kind of fun, is say Baba is you and wall. And this has had the effect of turning me into wall. Congratulations. But it's not the case that Wall is me. Only Baba is me. Baba is also Wall, but Wall is not me. So I can no longer move. I'm dead. So this is not what we want to do. We don't want two things to be Wall. We want two things to be me, probably. This is actually not the solution I saw on the playlist, and so I think probably when I try this, I'll be wrong. By the way, can I get in the water? Yeah. So Baba is you. What I wanted to try here was to write Wall and Baba is you, right? What happens then? Do I become a Wall and also be Baba? That's what I would like. Yes. Okay. No. Oh, oops, I moved away from the U. I see. Alright, hang on. Can I... Is there some place I can put Wall and Baba is you so that the whole, like, this thing doesn't move it around? I can go left and right as much as I want. And I sort of gradually make my way into this stuff. Yeah. But I don't think I can move it vertically at all in any direction. There's no way I can set that up. Which means that this would be the only way to get over to, like, through all these jellies. Oh, it works. Okay. Good. There's enough Wall that you can do that. But I want to go back to that level and show you guys the solution that I saw elsewhere. So this is the first... Well, no, it's not the first puzzle with multiple solutions. I'm now forgetting what I saw. Flag is win. Is there some way I can make something else be win or make jelly not be sink? Right. I can push the Wall into the jelly and that sinks. And then I can go through the jelly. So those are two totally different solutions to this puzzle, which is cool. Okay, let's move on to part 2 here. The first puzzle I haven't seen. Okay, there's a lot of rules. Let's just read them all. Flag is win. Got it. I see that in the bottom left. Skull is defeat. Okay. Baba is you. Star is sink. But it's not push, so you can't push it. Rock is push. Wall is stop. Alright, so where am I? I'm over here. Well, the only set of reasonable options for me starts here. Now what? Ah, there's an and floating around we can use. So I think that there's no way to escape all of these walls as Baba, and so I think we need to become the crab, which basically means we're going to apply the same solution that I came up with on the last one, to say crab and Baba is you. Because you could have solved that last puzzle without applying that trick. So we need to get over to the crab. I see a lot of ways you could do that that would be reasonable. Basically, I want rock is push and sink. I don't know. I guess I could have done the same. I could have done the same thing with the star. Whatever. Oh, and I just had to push it through the... Wait a minute. What happens if I push it into a wall? I can't, because walls are stopped, idiot. Okay, got it. So now I have crab and... Hang on. Yeah, this is... No, I can't afford... Okay. I need to move the crab before I can get in there. There we go. Otherwise, crab is going to get stuck up against the left wall and be unrescuable. Now crab and Baba is you, and crab can just go touch the flag on my behalf. Got it. Alright, let's try one more puzzle this episode. Affection. Keke is move. Okay, so there's 3 things here which are Keke, and every time I move, Keke moves. I'm also allowed to pass if I want. Love is push. I assume that's the heart. Algae is defeat. Love is win. So we want to get to that. Okay, so algae is defeat, which means that I can't touch it, but Keke is allowed to touch it. So what I want to do is say, excuse me, Keke, please, whoops. Please stop being move and start being push. Alright, now be move again? No, hang on. I want to make sure that love is push before I get Keke going. Not that it super matters, I could have waited. Ah! He's facing the wrong way. Okay. So, I need, yeah, right. He changes which way you face when you push him. Fine. Please face that way. Keke now rescues the heart for me, and I can go touch it. No! Why can I not touch it? Love is win! Ah, but love is push, and so I'm trying to push it out of the way, which is illegal. I have to say love is no longer push. Now I can get in. Okay, so that is the beginning of Baba Is You. I'll certainly upload a few more episodes of this at least. We'll see how much charm it retains and how long I'm willing to struggle with puzzles. Hope you guys are enjoying. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.